happening. We're just over a week away from the draft.
Let's hope he's the answer. That's all we can do.
Yes, I'm
Once
hoping.
he gets picked, we got to hope he's the answer.
My fingers are crossed. I hope he's the answer. Yes.
He acclimates himself. He gets along with all his teammates. He gets a firm grasp of what the offense is, and that transfers to the football field. That's what we can hope for.
Sylvie was saying yesterday he talked to someone at Hallis Hall that said, I think someone that was there at one of the dinners, and like the reports couldn't be more glowing. We've heard this a lot, and I guess whomever was there that was relaying this to Sylvie said the thing that they were most impressed by was the fact that he put his phone in his back pocket and didn't touch it. Which, you think...
That's a good thing at dinner. That's common sense. It's a good thing anyway.
Common sense for older generations. For young kids, then not as much.
Yeah.
And Sylvie was describing it as like what he had heard from this person is that they absolutely think he's terrific. I hope it's all real. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm with you. Like, I hope it translates, that it works, that they finally hit a home run, that he's the answer. Fingers crossed. But they're drafting him.
Right.
Peter Schrager's newest mock draft from the NFL Network does have the Bears, of course, selecting Caleb Williams 1 overall. This is happening. And he writes, as I've reported, the Bears had a great meeting with Caleb at the NFL Scouting Combine, followed by a pair of enjoyable dinners in L.A. before the USC Pro Day and Chicago before the quarterback's visit to Hallis. The team is all in, and from what I'm told, so is Williams. Good.
All right.
Okay, then...
Positive. That's positive.
Positive. Jaden Daniels, 2 to Washington. Drake May, 3 to New England. Then he's got a projected trade with the Cardinals. He's got the Giants, Jurko, moving up to 4 to take J.J. McCarthy. So here's another mock with quarterbacks going 1, 2, 3, 4. Never happened before.
Never
happened.
It's never happened before. They're being overdrafted.
Got the Giants going up there after knowing they made... I don't know if I'd call it a mistake. I mean, there's a very easy out here with Daniel Jones. It's after this year. I mean, I know it was a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, like it's 2 years and they can very easily move on. And if this scenario happens, that's what they're doing. So I wouldn't say like a grave mistake. Daniel Jones is exactly what most of us told you he is. And that's not very good. And the Giants know it. And so I could see something like this happening. So they're moving on from it. I could see something like this happening, but this is just his projection. Giants move up, make the trade with Arizona, grab J.J. McCarthy.
Great.
Chargers take Marvin Harrison Jr. The Chargers would have to love that if Marvin Harrison Jr. is sitting there for them at 5, right?
Sure. All right. Yep. 6.
Rome Odunze to the Cardinals at 6. Because remember, they flopped with the Giants.
There you go.
They take Rome Odunze. So Odunze goes before Neighbors in this one, according to Peter Schrager. Titans get their man in Joe Alt. Falcons take Dallas Turner. Boy, those two.
How you do not take Malik Neighbors at 9?
He's got the Bears moving out.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Big Z had it yesterday.
If Neighbors is there at 9 and you don't take him and you take a receiver later on and he doesn't hit, El Kabong on the Chicago Bears.
Here's his scenario.
Okay, so let me hear what
he's got. The Colts coming up to the Bears spot at 9, and the Bears going back to 15. Indianapolis sends Chicago a future second-round pick in order to move up 6 spots and pounce on Neighbors.
A future pick, like
future
later
second-round pick,
like Friday's second-round pick.
Doesn't say. It says a future second-round pick. I don't know if that means next year. The Colts take Neighbors. The Jets take Bowers. The Vikings take Terry and Arnold. The Broncos take Latu.
And the Bears take
Raiders take Fashanu. The Saints take Fauga. And the Bears take J.C. Latham at 15 from Alabama. And he writes...
From Alabama.
Yes. And he writes, after piling up more draft capital by trading back, the Bears still land a stud offensive tackle. Latham could be the second OT taken on draft night. Some teams like him that much. If the board falls this way, Chicago adds a big pedigreed bookend who can join last year's first-round tackle, Darnell Wright, in protecting new franchise quarterback Caleb Williams. But I don't know, man. If Odunze and Neighbors continue to sit there and you've got an opportunity, even though, they could use another offensive lineman perhaps, I tend to think that the Bears like their left tackle more than most people do in the media or fans do.
I got to find Indianapolis.
That's just my guess.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm looking for Indy's second pick right now. It would be the 46th pick.
Now, I don't know if he means that pick or a pick in a future
it's a future
year.
pick because it would be Friday, right? Friday theoretically is in the future from Thursday.
It is.
Right.
I would agree with you.
Well, I'm looking at the pick to see where it's at. 46th pick. You don't have a second rounder, so the 46th pick would theoretically be
Could be good.
a good one. I don't even know what the hell they got. 2 first rounders, right? 2 first rounders and then nothing.
Well, the Bears, you wait all the way till 75, right?
75, third rounder. So the 46th
Wait all the way till
pick,
75.
46th pick would certainly
It'd
be
be
better
nice. It'd
than
be
the
nice.
75th pick.
And it'd be nice.
To move down. You're going to pass on those wide receivers. Is Keenan Allen going to play for 10 years? Or
No, he's not. That's why I would.
What are we doing here?
Tread lightly, unless they feel like it's such a deep class. They'll add some capital, have a pick in the second round, potentially, like you said, grab a receiver there and still grab an alignment. But I don't know that they want to upgrade their left tackle spot as much as everybody thinks. Maybe they do. This is a pure guess, honestly. I think they like Braxton Jones more than maybe what the outside perception is. But who knows? This is why next Thursday will be fun come 9, to be quite honest. Because there are going to be options that present themselves, especially if 4 quarterbacks go in the top 4 picks. Because it's going to leave one of those receivers in all likelihood available for your choosing.
Oh, yeah.
I personally would want the Bears to grab one of those guys. That's me personally. Not to say they can't do just as well by getting a receiver later, adding another alignment. I get all that. I would want them to grab Neighbors or a
All right, so my guessing is
my want.
if I'm looking at Indianapolis and I'm trying to get the best pick I can out of Indianapolis, is Indianapolis going to be better next year than they were this year?
Well, I mean, you would think if Anthony Richardson is what they believe, and if he can actually stay healthy, I would think yes. I think they've got a good coach who could do a lot of interesting things with Anthony Richardson.
So for me, the 46th pick is of much more value than, say, the 50th or the 55th pick. Which, if they make the playoffs next year, that's where they're going to be picking in that general area. So
that's true.
I'm sorry.
You have to get this year's second.
I'm sorry, but I would want this year's second if that's the scenario that ends up playing out. That's all.
So that's Schrager's mock. Another mock that has the Bears passing on one of those 2 stud receivers if they're there. What do you think about that, Bears fans? Do you want them to stay at 9 if Adunze or Neighbors are there and grab one of the 2? 312-332-3776 is the phone number. At some point, I think they might have to add a center before they add a left tackle, to be honest.
Well, they've added 2.
I know, but it seemed I heard Thayer yesterday with Waddle and Sylvie when they asked him, like, have they solved the problems? No, I don't think you think they have. I don't think Thayer thinks they have.
If they ended up drafting, I mean, their center is still the weakest of all their positions.
That's what I'm saying.
Even with the 2 additions, still the weakest.
Let's go to Rob in Berwyn. What's up, Rob?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, it's funny. You guys were just talking about it, and it's just the offensive line. I'm scared. I'm scared that we're going to have a repeat of last year. This guy running for his life. The guys they picked up, they were backups. They're not even starters. So, my belief is that we have to that number 9 pick. We got to move it back, and if we move back, not even that far back, in the later first round and the early second round, maybe we could get 2 picks. And we could pick up that big offensive lineman, the center of Powers, or
Jackson
another
Powers.
big guard. Yeah, or there's another big guard out there. There's a couple of guys that could really help us shore us up. And just look at any of the top teams. Look at the Lions. Look at the Chiefs. Look at the Eagles. It's the offensive line.
The Chiefs have done it in quite a remarkable way as they've changed left tackle so often. Rob, thanks for the phone call. Now they got a stud center who's young and controllable, and that's been good for them. But what is Mahomes going on his 4th left tackle in 5 years? Isn't that right? They've gone from
Orlando Brown was there,
Donovan Smith to Orlando Brown. Who was there before? Why am I blanking? Eric Fisher, one of those years, and then a 4th. Right? Won't this will be like a 4th or 5th? This might be his 5th left tackle. And they just keep going to AFC title games and ripping off Super Bowl wins. Isn't that odd? It's like Fisher, Smith, Brown. Maybe it was those 3, and this will be the 4th. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing one, though, too. I have to go back and refresh my memory. It's crazy how they've done it there. Ron's in Park Ridge. What's up, Ron?
Yes, calling. Thank you for taking my call. I have a thank you to shout out and also a suggestion.
Got it. Go ahead.
About 6 months ago, you mentioned the importance of exercising one's hand. especially for someone like me who's on the elder side of the age scale, to help prevent carpal tunnel
Yes.
and arthritis. So
That's
thank
right.
you very much for that.
You got it, my man.
And I also have a suggestion.
Yes.
You fellas like talking about food and drink.
Yes.
How about a pizza eating or pizza contest? You fellas talk about the corner booth, and the other fellas talk about the Connie's cornmeal.
Yes.
If the bosses allow it, how about telling us which ones you prefer?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't mind the idea. Yeah, right. Thanks.
Not a problem. I had some corner booth yesterday, the meat lovers.
Yeah?
Phenomenal. Unfortunately, I dropped half of it on the ground yesterday, but salvaged the other half.
How did that happen?
You don't want to know.
Okay.
Upon removal from the oven, it slipped out of my hand. It hit the top of the oven. It started to slide. I dropped the towels trying to salvage the pizza as it was sliding toward the floor. No. It landed in my hand, but because it's in the process of baking and it's hot, half of it hit the ground. Okay. And then the other half I carried over and plopped down. Salvageable, was eaten, and Jakey cleaned up the other part.
Okay.
The other half
That's
of it.
good. You didn't pick
You
it up
want to talk
anyway.
about a heartbroken
Oh,
man.
I bet. I see a half a
Heartbroken.
corner booth pizza. on the
Half a
floor?
pie on the ground. I was like, oh, no.
I'm
sweet
all for a
Lord.
little pizza
Help
combo
me.
sit down with like Waddle and Sylvie,
I'll
Black and
get the
Abdallah.
corner booth pies.
Oh man, I'm down for that. You kidding me?
We'll sit there. We can record it.
And yes, exercise your hands. Ron is right. Of
course. You
This
got the
all
rice?
started with the Tyson Bagent phenomenon because of the old man.
You got the rice?
No, I have
bags of rice?
the strength grip trainer that has been approved by. Is it? Why do I forget the old man's name all the time? Is it Tyler Bagent or
Tucker.
It's not Tucker. What's Tyson Bagent's dad's name?
Poindexter.
It's not Poindexter.
Agent.
I can't think.
The arm wrestler, right?
Yeah,
Poindexter.
the arm
Bagent.
wrestler.
Yeah.
Tyler Bagent, I think. And it's
Travis.
Travis. Damn it.
Come on, it's
He's
like
gonna
Whacker
wring my
upstairs.
neck.
It's like Whacker upstairs.
Travis Bagent. It's the Travis Bagent grip strength trainer approved. Yes, you work your forearms and your grip and the strength in
you gotta
your
work
hands.
your fingers out to in, though.
Yeah. Well,
Out to in
he's got a
and
whole
in to out.
Jurko. There's a whole bunch of stuff that comes in this
Exercises?
kit.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
I myself, thank God I'm ambidextrous. You know what I'm saying?
ambidextrous.
I work both hands equally.
know you
Fortunately for me.
I know.
Not only that, supinate and pronate the wrists also.
Supinate,
yeah,
pronate?
that's absolutely. And for the people that were on Twitch, they could see Carmen do that.
People on YouTube,
Yeah.
follow our YouTube channel. You could subscribe to our very own
Tell
YouTube
'em.
channel, Carmen and Jurko.
Subscribe, press. I forget what the,
Like and subscribe.
the jargon is. Oh, like and subscribe. Yeah.
It's just on YouTube, search at Carmen and Jurko. That's it. And you can like and subscribe to. Please do that. We're trying to build the following on YouTube.
I'll bring a couple of pies tomorrow. We'll
Do
cook
it.
them up.
No, tomorrow's the stupid Olive Garden thing.
Oh, that's right. I
When you're
apologize.
here, you're family.
Yeah.
But if I sense rain,
yeah, bring the pies.
it means we're working. I'll bring the pies.
When you're here, you're family.
Oh, boy. Our draft coverage is brought to you by the great folks at the Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. We'll take more of your Bears NFL
family.
draft calls coming up. Yeah, family.
When you're here, you're family.
Paisans over there. 312-332-3776. Would you be upset if the Bears passed on Neighbors or Odunze? Do you think it could be wise to add to a few different areas of this team and grab a receiver later in a deep receiving draft? Let us know what you think. We'll take more of your NFL calls coming up next.